All right.
What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee and Rusty from Champions Chat, and we are on stream with about 50 of our very best friends on Twitch on a Friday night, and we are power rating the new B tier, free tier, Joe Gacy, Huskus the Pig Boy. How would you like, you train your whole life to become a professional wrestler, and then they say, hey, we're going to make you Huskus the Pig Boy. How would you like that?
Well, I think it was I hope he takes it as an honor. And
It
if you
is an
don't know
honor.
this,
Yeah, in
if you don't know
context.
the story behind it, is because well, obviously all of the characters in the Wyatt Six were personalities or iterations or milestones that were significant in the life of Bray Wyatt. And Huskus, do you know the story behind that, Lee? Husky
I mean,
Harris?
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
McMahon thought Bray was too fat to wrestle. So he
Right.
wanted to give him a fat kid name, Husky, and go out there and be unathletic and be basically a one dimensional gimmick. They had no complexity to it. So he took that and he made it a motivator and then began to reuse it in his creative work in the Funhouse. So, unless I got the story wrong, if I got it wrong, tell me in
Yeah.
the chat.
No.
But I'm pretty sure that's how Huskus Pig Boy was
Right.
basically McMahon thinking Bray was too fat to wrestle,
Yeah.
and as a young guy. So here we
Yep.
go. I guess he kind of showed him he had what it takes to be a champion, and that he could navigate the system. So
And what a an interesting way to come around and say, "Hey, let me take everything you've said and just shove it right where the sun don't shine."
and see that's so interesting because I feel like they used his ideas while that former head of staff was still there. So
Yeah.
they had to have had an amicable relationship on some level for him to
Yeah.
be allowed to reuse the boss's own words. I don't know the complexity of all of that. So obviously he got permission to do it. So
Yeah. Well, all that chatter aside, we are going to look at Showboat Huskus here. So he is the free tier character. Free tier, B tier, what we typically see is they hit about 20 million, whatever we do. That seems to be about where they hit. So we're going to see if we can get close to that. There's a couple different move sets, but really he's going to struggle post 99 MP with a few of them. The black moves, one of them is very, very useful. The running Senton, 4 MP black, deal damage, and reduce your tag counter by 3. That is going to be phenomenal for Showdown because you're going to be in there. You're immediately going to tag out and get the real heavy hitter in there. So that's great. The sub is okay. It's fine. But I don't see you using that over the row break unless you're just going for the extra damage from one of your sub plates that goes into moves. And then I really didn't see much of a use for the increase your yellow MP by 5 unless you're trying to do more of a move damage, but he's just not got enough juice in him for a true move damage build. The black one is the closest with about 1 million, but again, it's all B tier in that mix. So we're going to run him 2 different ways, just really changing out this middle move. The corner whip clothesline, 7 MP red move, deal damage, choose 7 gems to make yellow. That's going to load your finisher. Then you've got the Uranagi, the 7 MP red deal damage, again about 1 million damage, and modify a 1/7 area into leech gems of strength 1.9 million. Not bad. Then you've got the diving clothesline. This is your finisher. Deal damage. Make 10 random gems into multiply gems of strength 11, which is pretty good. Then do your finisher. Deal damage and choose a 2/7 area to swap into red gems and pin the opponent. Whew, give me a sec. All right. Now, I'm going to run him with this trainer setup here first. I will note that if you wanted to do a midline bonus build with him, like we just did with Eric Rowan, instead of Mr. Davy Boy here, 100%, especially during the plus 99 MP era, I would run him with, I think it's Mosh, who creates 5 more multi gems. That is going to, and increases their strength by 1. So I'll show that. But that does mean you struggle to get to that 7 MP. You sub out Santa Hogan. So this is post 99 MP ready. Sting, Bulldog, and then any of the zombies that you got this past month. But preferably, if you've got Zombie Bailey, that's the one to add. So, thoughts so far, Rusty? Oh, you're doing something. Get you. All right. So then on the plates, you've got a couple options here. The big boy one that we can add is going to be your wonderful, where'd it go? Sheriff's badge right here. Because you make a 2x7 area, which is 14. So you just have to match 1 red gem and you're good to go. But I'm not going to put that on yet. It does do his primary color. You hopefully would hit more of those multi-gems. I'm going to leave it blank for just a second. Interested in the yellow move plate? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, pull the Ghostbusters plate and try them that way. So, we're going to try them blank first, and then I'll start adding some things to see what it takes to get the most amount of damage. You
Nice.
back, Rusty?
Yeah. I'm just trying to be a little more quieter.
You're good. Did the neighbors complain?
No, just my kids are trying to watch their devices in the same room. So I want to be respectful of them and mindful. Very demure, very mindful.
Oh, very mindful, very mindful. All right, so this diving clothesline is going to start with 5 MP, so you're going to need another 5. So you don't necessarily benefit from making a 5 and 3 or anything like that. I would just do a row break right here. Or if you want to, you can immediately make sure that you break these leech gems, because the leech gems themselves are buffed up. The leech itself is 1.2 million, but really it just works off of what it breaks. So like making them yellow, they buff the yellow gem if you use leech gem trainers or etc. So you could do something like that right there, but that would actually cause us to possibly cascade. So for now, just put it right there. 7 match will do. Don't cascade, and then you're going into your finisher. You do a random 10 gems into multiply, and then you make a 2x7 area into red. So you want to match this right here with any other red gem, and I'll show you why in a minute, because we're going to add the sheriffs on there, because that's going to make things go. So that's 19 million. That is straight up exactly what most of our B tier, free tier characters do. So you're right in line with where you should be for there. So now the question is, can we get him to buff? Can we get him to do even better than 19 million? And let me see if I can finish Zombie Sammy this turn. Oh, I'm actually going to have to do a swipe. Oh, 5 and 3 saves the day. 5 and 3 saves the day. Let's do that one right there. So this gives us, let's see what that hit was. We can't see it. We can't see it. So that was not bad. I mean, 6 gold against 6 gold. It didn't take too much to get him done. But, about 19 million, and then we got a bigger hit the second time because of the extra gems that we didn't break. So now let's go back in and you're running him sub-style Dark Star? Whoa, what's this? Go back. I hit next instead of the other thing. And now the portal's frozen. Awesome.
There are a few things that are predictable about this game.
Yes.
One is the portal, not the best.
Sometimes it struggles a little bit. All right. Now we're back. All right, so now we're going to add the one little extra touch, the sheriff's badge. Rusty, did you get any sheriff's badges last month?
I did, and they're so good. I don't know the correct number of how many is enough because I would take 3 or 4 more and find places for them every time.
Right? Well, I don't know that I have. I did get, I think I got a couple of sheriff's badges last month. I was quite pleased with that. I don't know that I have enough sheriff's badges that I would put one on Huskus, but,
Maybe,
but,
maybe for this month, depending on how often I have to use him and what is required to do. Um, I did that for Brett last month. I put it
yeah.
on Brett, and it was just kind of like, I'll put it on him for the month. I'll use it.
Well, here's going to be the real thing. So that was 45 million with a sheriff's badge. So that doubled our damage, doubled your pleasure, doubled your fun, double mint gum. So that's one special thing added. No Darkstar, you still don't have one badge. Oh, you didn't have one badge. Oh man. So we're gonna look at him with a little bit different trainer set, but this is gonna require a midline bonus to happen in Feud. Not that I think you're gonna use him in Feud, but you never know, right? So 7 MP charges instead of Mr. Bulldog here. We are going to sub out Mosh. Let's see if he's in the previous. That would be.
Oh, I like Mosh. Make more multis. That's a good call.
Yep. And then we're going to take down Brett and instead put Santa Hogan. Now, of course, during 99 MP, you keep that Brett in there. But, that is what it is. All right, so now we are not doing enough to start loaded in Feud, but he is making 15 random gems into multis of strength 12, and we're going to hit the sheriff's badge. So this should be pretty good. Ohio raid. What is that? Did Ohio win something? Are the Buckeyes playing?
I don't know. I think someone from Ohio has entered the chat, and maybe that's just how they say hello.
Oh,
because it's a Friday night, so there's probably not a football game or anything happening.
They don't play football on Fridays?
Football typically is Friday high school, Saturday college, Sunday NFL. Now, there's nuance to all of that, but that's usually the standard.
Okay. All right, let's see what this hits. So we changed out the trainers. You'd need a midline bonus for him. Oh, I couldn't even see it, but it ate his health. I'm going to run it one more time. But it did enough to eat his health. Oh, sorry. Wow.
Yeah, it's okay if a heavy person calls another heavy person heavy, but it's not okay, Lee, for a not heavy person to call someone heavy. Just the more you know, right?
The more you know. Did you know, Rusty, when I was in grade school, I was the second heaviest kid in school, and I was relentlessly teased for it. So I would not.
I was as thin as a rail when I was in elementary school, and look how life has the juxtaposition that we've taken over the years.
Oh goodness. Well, it's not even showing me the damage, but it ate at least 50 million. Let's go up against Big Papa Pump real quick, because Big Papa Pump has 60 million health. So we just got to see, can we hit 60 million or more? And I think the answer is that we can. I really think the answer is we can.
That's surprising. I didn't think we were going to get there.
Yeah, it is very surprising. Now we've, again, the whole trick of using a midline or needing a midline bonus, though, that throws it for a lot of people. That's just
readiness plummets.
Right. And just to be fair, I'm not running the first red move just for the quickness sake, because you saw me run it multiple times. Post 99 MP, you have to hit that first, but I'm not running it that way just so I can try to hit. Ooh, that's going to be a big boy hit right there. That was good. All right, let's see what he gets. From 63 million health to, okay, so it was 50. That was only 50. So we're not at 60. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so I'm going to run it one more quick way. The only change I'm going to make is instead of the health steal gems, I'm going to swap out for the row break gems. And then I think we're good to go. Darkstar there is, but it's maybe he is unlocked. Is Undertaker unlocked up here? Hold on.
And I was saying most of the opponents have like
There
a
we go.
special requirement, like they have to be Attitude Era or Attack. So it's hard to just jump into a match sometimes.
No, but Darkstar was right. If I didn't realize it was unlocked before, it wasn't unlocked by anybody, so somebody went in and did that. So now we can use against Undertaker Showboat. So the only change we've made now is a red 7 MP overhead belly to belly, deals damage, makes 36 random gems into row break gems. I think the row break gems themselves are a trap entourage wise. I think the multi gems are still the way to go. I mean, after all, they're multi gems, and keep in mind in in Showdown, even Huskus the Pig Boy will get the bonus for using the multi-gems. So those are strength 12 right now. They will go up to strength 16.
Are you watching this too, Bob? This is crazy.
Yeah, JK Dog, I'm going to have to block you if you keep typing in the same thing there. Appreciate you in the chat, but no spamming the same thing.
I would like to know what it means before we block it. Because I'm going to be thinking about it, going, what does Ohio mean?
I lived in Ohio, and I don't know what that is.
What does it mean? What does it
mean? Okay, so one more time. I'm not going to hit the corner whip clothesline. We've all seen that you need this to start 99 MP. You see how it works to load the move. Just skip ahead real quick so that we can get it done. We're going to put down the row break gems. We're going to put down the multis and then the finisher. And this time we should hit everything no matter what we do, because the row breaks are going to trigger. And then you just get the not the Santa's plate, whatever the other plate is, Sheriff's badge afterwards. No, actually it wasn't as good. It was 43 million. 43 million. Row breaks. For row breaks. Yeah. So now you could go into the argument, okay, now we start saying, do we want to add a row break gem? But trust me, I've tried it out. Buffing the row break gems versus buffing the multi gems is just not as advantageous. It does work. Don't get me wrong. But what I continue to find, I think, is that set with the leeches hits the hardest, and we saw it for 50 million. So it was two special things, but 50 million, I think, is the hit to go with. Any disagreement, Rusty? Or are we good to move on?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's right. Bob is saying, in theory, you could go back to the leech gems and then use 7 gems to forcibly break the column of leeches and then hit the finisher.
He's right.
Yeah. And my take is just this. Why row break? The highly anticipated Wyatt 6, the Canadians got Snowfall. That destroys the whole board. The Summer of Champions got Pyros. That destroys the whole board. The Bloodline had multis. That's infinite damage. And the Wyatts get row break?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. So that was 14 million breaking the row breaks first. Better. Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
Could have been Juggernaut. It could have been Juggernaut.
It could have been Juggernaut.
For the record, sir.
For the record.
That would have been pretty awesome.
So he had 74 million, and we took him down to 13. So that was 61 million. That was 61 million. Yep. Wow.
Thanks for running it back and trying that out.
Right. And too, Bob, it doesn't have to be one hit of 60 million. It could be one turn. 60 million in a turn is, it doesn't have to be one exact hit, but can he do there? But definitely RGB. So the only thing with it too, Bob, though, is we did run the Sheriff's badge. You need that to get that high, obviously. But the Sheriff badge is also, if you don't break the leech gems the first time, the Sheriff's badge goes back and cleans up most of them. Still some RNG, but does clear the board pretty well. So I mean, I can run it as many times as we want to, but I'm safe to say that that was a 60 million hit. You good to say that,
Nice.
Rusty?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to do it one more time for consistency's sake, although this will cascade if I hit the
Oh,
bottom gem. So I'm going to do
a
it
la
this
Miz.
way. I'm going to do it that
And he's a
way. And
free showboat.
yeah, he is a
I
free
mean,
showboat.
that in and of itself is pretty good. He's a modern free showboat.
Modern
What
free
what
showboat.
what style is he?
Aggressive.
Okay, I mean that checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
First of all, um, hmm,
So that was that one didn't hit 60 million. So can he do it? Yes, but can he do it consistently?
no,
Yeah,
it,
I
that would be false advertising to
that would
say
be
he
false
could.
advertising.
Yeah,
But that's still
yeah.
really darn good. So let's go over to our power rating sheet here. Oops, dang it. Sorry. Everybody's getting the intro just now. My apologies. I forgot to blank it out first. Is he under Werewolf Ozzy? Yes, I did not change Werewolf Ozzy to Joe Gacy, so rename. This would be Joe Gacy. All right. So on the power side of the power rating, for a 5, he would have had to have hit 60 million. He did it once, but it wasn't consistent because I watched 3 of them go 50 something million, and then one of them hit 61 million. So board dependent. He can hit 60 million, but consistency, it's a 4 because that would be equal to 80% or more of the current meta's top end damage. So did hit 60 million once with red, yellow, or no, red, yellow, red, yellow, but not consistent. So we're going to give him a 4. There we go. Now you can see my lack of typing abilities on this tiny, tiny keyboard. For speed, for a 5, at least 2 of the following would have had to have been true. MP charge is equal to or lesser than 6. It was not. Moves do recycle flawlessly, so that's fine. Animations are quick, but not super quick. A little clicky with some of it, and you're not going to win in 45 seconds unless you do get that big power hit right there. For a 4, at least 2 of the following would have to be true. MP charge 7 or less. It is. Moves recycle flawlessly. They do. And or animations are fairly quick, resulting in a feud win in under 60 seconds. I think you could argue that you will win in 60 seconds. If your opponent takes a turn, you're unless they're going to sub you or something like that, you're going to be okay. 2 cycles max, he would win. So 4 there. Now let's go into the public vote section. So for readiness, for a 5, character needs 0 or 1 special thing to be usable well. For a 4, they need 2 special things. That's a plate, a gear, a moment, a trainer. So in this example, he at least needed the sheriff's badge and a midline bonus. That's 2 special things right there. So is there a third? Rusty, tell me what you think about readiness. Tell the chat one more time what that means while I get the poll ready. I forgot that I was doing the polls tonight.
So readiness is like we were saying, we use the phrase a lot, ready right out of the box. So you don't have to add a lot of accessories, special things like plates that you may not have, or rare entourage members that may not get the most out of them. For a free superstar, typically we like to not use a lot of special things, especially because they typically don't have the same damage threshold, right? So yeah, rosy plate, that's great. Most people have that, and it's
Yeah,
pretty frequently that we get it from feud bags, sheriff's badge.
I
I
didn't think
feel
about the
like
rosy
most of the community had a chance to grab one last month at some point. I don't want to overstate that, but that is a little more rare, certainly than a rosy plate.
plate.
Um,
Yeah.
but for every rare thing you need, that's when you start seeing that readiness scale get
Right.
lower and lower.
Right. Okay, well, I'm starting the poll. I did not run the Rosie plate on him. We could go back and just test it real quick, see if he could consistently hit a 5. But keep in mind, it would actually keep the overall score the same because his readiness would drop by 1
Right.
and his power would go up by 1. So the overall score would stay the same either way. But I did not think to use the
Yeah.
Rosie plate, and that is a very good catch, D-Man.
Well, I've kind of noticed they've been looking for ways maybe to make some of those older plates more um, practical again,
Yeah.
like with Showboat Solo made the Mysterio's mask relevant out of nowhere. And there's been
Right.
quite a few recent ones that can use the Rosie plate. Brett last month. So as the
Yeah.
votes roll in, I'm curious what they're gonna put it at because I can't see it. I can't see the votes on my Twitch app tonight.
Oh, you're fine. I'll tell you what it is. It was 100% towards a 3. 100% towards a 3. So let's just note the Rosie plate just so people see that you can use it.
Yeah,
Sheriffs, midline.
yeah. Midline, that's a killer. That's a
Yeah,
readiness killer. And
yeah,
like, who did it? Who said it earlier? Hey, don't be afraid to use a prop. Props are there for a reason. And I
yeah,
love that logic.
yeah.
And I had to do that for a lot of years before I had Santa Hogan worked up.
Right, right.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
tough. But
That's
I
tough,
think he's
but
the
that's
hot
fair.
tag. I think his value is really in the hot tag. So like I'm probably not using him in feud, and I'm probably not using him for all that other stuff. I'm gonna get that Wyatt link, I'm gonna tag, I'm gonna hit the multis, and then bam.
Right, right. Two Bobs saying, and you might need or not Santa Hogan, but NWO Hogan afterwards, even to load the finisher. Let me see. Finisher's 10. It does a 1x7. You're going to start with 1, so 8. So yeah, yeah. Afterwards, you're going to need to do at least 5 and 3 would make 8, and then one more. So you would not actually be able to fully load the finisher turn 1. Um,
Mm,
with in feud. You could in every other mode, but not in feud. So and if you
right.
take Santa Hogan into mix, that drops Bailey, which means his power is going to drop dramatically from there. So good points as always in the chat too, Bob. So
Rusty has a membership card to Prop Topic at the mall from 1997.
nice,
That's the
nice.
funniest post of the night so far. That was
I love
good.
it, Piper. Well, why don't you explain versatility to us then? Well, I'll get this poll set up.
Well, versatility has been the talk of the town tonight as far as how useful, how many formats a superstar is useful in. Can you use them in feud? Can you use them in showdown? Can you use them in boss battle? Can you use them in gym mania? Do they make a special gym? Can they blow up the board? These are all of the, and is their MP low enough to where they can race competitively into that format? So
Right,
basically, it's how quick do you reach for them? The less you reach for them, the lower that score would be. Right?
right. Yep. So the poll is live. Um, yeah,
Two
yeah,
Bob says, I think his most versatile thing would be that he could be a tag partner in Showdown with the hot tag, the link, right?
yeah.
Um, does he make enough special gems to do a Gemmania or a boss battle? Does he
Bro breaks, yeah.
is with without that middle line bonus? Is that in a plus 99 MP scenario? Is that going to be somebody you want to feud with? Unless you're
No,
brand new to the game, arguably no.
yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't feud
if
with
you're a new
him.
player, he's probably your best showboat though. If this is, in the last few months,
Uh, Kofi,
well,
Kofi Angelo,
yeah,
if it
turtle.
is
Oh yeah, turtle Kofi.
worlds
Oof.
better than this.
Yes,
Worlds
agree,
better.
agree.
Yeah.
Now here's where I disagree. Three Eagles. He wrote zero versatility zero because after this month I won't use him again.
Mm.
I think we will, but we'll use him for the hot tag, and we'll probably see him in the entourage for our other Wyatt members. So I think he has value, but his value is kind of like a valet, right? Like a Paul Heyman. He's not going to do it in the ring, but he's going to add value outside the ring.
Yep. Yep. So the twos clearly won. Discord went three, but not by enough to swing it. And here's the argument: doesn't seem to be good for feud or boss. Again, maybe one row break boss shows up, but I doubt that's going to be the ongoing regular. But is good for showdown as a tag link and a hot tag. So you put him in with his tag link with Mercy, or I can only assume Uncle Howdy once we theoretically get that character. I'm assuming that's our S plus tier, just logically. I don't have any inside information. Then you put Huskus in slot one, hot tag over to Uncle Howdy, hit some big multi gyms, game over. Or Rabbit, Triple Blue Rabbit will work also very well. Very, very well with
Right,
that. So,
right.
yep.
And for people saying that the free superstar is disposable, let me just point to Zombie Chelsea as someone who you need to bring to 6-star gold. So,
Or Striker Batista, as somebody in our chat proved.
also known as Bautista.
Bautista. Yeah, too, Bob. He has a tag himself. He has a hot tag and the tag link. So his value
Right.
in Showdown is immense
Yeah.
for that
Oh,
reason
yeah.
alone. Yeah.
And probably mixed gender tag and showdown as well.
Yep.
So I'm guessing Nikki is coming with some multis as well. I would think
I mean, that seems to be the trend. Multis and row break seems to be,
Abby the Witch.
yeah. Well, Bob, the scores went to two. Unless we need to revote it, it was definitely a two. But yeah, he's got one there. 4 MP for the hot tag is too expensive for Showdown.
I
That's
think
true.
two
One
is
prop
right.
again. So I think we're two is what it went to, and I think that's fair. All right, trainer ability. Trainer, not coach. 31K, so not 6 gold. You just have to take him to 31K. Row break gems do 150% more damage. Row break gems, 150% more damage. So, yeah, Rusty, tell us about the entourage abilities and what they mean while I get this
Well,
vote.
I think this might be the very definition of a niche ability. So a five for Entourage is somebody you're going to want to bring into battle all the time. Somebody that's going to boost MP or a special gem in a very, very meta-defining way. Everything else goes down from there as it gets to like, creates green gems, boost purple gems 30%. We're starting to get a little lower. Or if they only do, let's say, help HP, they raise your HP 25%. That's irrelevant in the
Yeah.
meta. And so that would be a very, very low ranking entourage ability.
All right, the poll is live. Poll is live. Just a reminder, row break gems do 150% more damage. So when I made the video, I did the break it down video for him, which, by the way, go check out. Our 3-minute movesets always get much better views than our breakdown videos because, 3 minutes versus 20 minutes. But please watch the other ones. I mean, literally, that's the one thing Scopely tells us. We need to make those videos, and they get lower views than the ones that are a lot easier to make. But I made the argument during that I couldn't think of the people who were using row break gems aside from Farouk, right? I think Purple Farouk.
Yeah.
There's a few out there, right?
The powerhouse Brown Breaker, I think, does it.
He does,
Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
but he only
So,
makes 7 of them, and
yeah.
it's not the gems that, like, if that made the entire board count for 150%, yes, but those 7 gems are all, and you need a trainer to make a 7th. Those 7 gems are all that it would do. But yeah, Darkstar, if Uncle Howdy turns out to be a row break character, absolutely. Yeah, NWO Macho. But again, who
Does
in the
anybody
current
make
meta?
Does anybody make a full column create a 1x7 area of row breaks? Because that would be decent. I mean, like, because then you'd blow up a board, you know? But
Right, but the buff itself only counts the gem it's on. So you're getting
oh
7
yeah, yeah,
gems
yeah.
of buff. Not
Uh,
I mean if it was the whole, that's why I say if it was the whole board, it'd be great, but
yeah, but if you turn the whole board to row break gems, there's no rows to break. You just break the whole board. So that's like an odd. That's an
right.
odd modifier. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Oh, nice, too, Bob. Mercy
yeah,
does the
Two Bob
columns
makes
work.
them himself, but he
Nice.
can't. And so does Rowan. You can make Rabbit do row break gems as well. But again, you're
Big boy.
talking the characters this month. Outside of that, nobody currently relevant
So a
is going to
niche
get
of a
there.
niche
But
feels like.
yeah, but it went 3 on both Discord and Twitch. So either way,
Yeah.
I think we've all come to the agreement this is a niche trainer ability. Yeah, if they had a Titan plate that's a row break version, that would be incredible. They need to keep
I
doing
feel
things
like
like
that would
that.
that would be really balanced too. I don't think that would be overpowered or break the game either.
Right.
That would be a
Yeah.
very balanced plate.
All right. Well, let's see the final score. It's 8, 10, 13, 16 out of 25, which is pretty well in line with most of our
Yeah,
other free tier characters. So,
yeah. You didn't pay anything for it. What do you care,
yeah.
right? You got it for free.
Yeah. Yep. That's good. Well, Jabroni, if we magically see a row break version of the Titan next weekend, you can sell him that Two Bob came up with it. We'll give him credit in the chat there. So big thank you to JD Nash who manages the document here for us, especially the ranking summary sheet that is so helpful and so popular. Don't forget you can scroll it, but you can also search, Command F to find whoever you want, and you can also just use the little things right here to do drop downs and organize them by whatever you'd like. There is a note on the side for how to filter it. So, thank you one more time to him. Thank you
Thanks, JD.
thank you, JD. Thank you to Two Bob for helping us come up with this system and being in the chat, helping us do this. And thank you to every single one of you guys, because all of you voting in, putting your input, letting us fool around a little bit and say, actually try this or do that. This makes the process work. So we came to this together. Thank you all. Rusty, you say what you got, and then we'll move on to Hip Designer's favorite part of the show, the polls.
Yeah, well, here it is, friends. I say this all the time. Join us each and every Friday night on the Champions Twitch account and enter the chat. Help us get the next one right by casting your vote, giving us your feedback, and helping us dial in this helpful system for the community to ask the ever burning question: is he any good?
Burning sensations.